It's been so many. I'm gonna do an indie recap for 2025, and I feel like some of the games that I want to talk about feel like they came out years ago, and it was like, no, that was like 3 months ago, kind of situation. So
Yeah.
I get you. Are you playing anything interesting right now?
I just finished up Dispatch, and that was good.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
I really liked that game. The last two episodes came out 2 days ago. I just finished it today when I had a chance to sit down and play them, and it's a really really good game. So I
That's
put it in the
cool.
title of the show. I was like, that game was, I mean, it was an episodic. It's kind of like Telltale, sort of.
Mhm.
The developers for it were from Ubisoft and from Telltale, or XML, which are both companies, and they come together. It took them forever to make it because they almost went bankrupt doing it. Apparently, they started in 2018. Pandemic kicked in. They had to put it on hold for a while, but it came out and it's good. Like I fully recommend people check out Dispatch because it's more of a thing you're gonna watch, to be honest, than play the whole time. But it is that game where it's kind of like turning decisions. Things will change, sort of choose your own adventure style. But if you like the Walking Dead or the Batman, any of those Telltale games, you'll probably get a kick out of it. But it's like super M-rated. It's like a lot has to do with like superheroes and villains, but not in the traditional sense of they're all good guys and they're all above the law and stuff. But I like the characters. The cast was good and the story was interesting. And so the gameplay, you go between stages, and you are a dispatcher who sends heroes to like different crimes that are happening. And the idea is to try to pick the right ones, and they'll grade you at the end. And that was a better gameplay loop than I thought because your characters actually level up. I wasn't sure at first if they would. They do, and then you take the points and you make maybe them better at speed or strength, combat, or to talk to different people so that they can talk their way out of situations. But I like the game quite a bit. I think there's 8 episodes, and I feel like the total playtime the PlayStation says I had was a little over 6 hours. So each one's probably like 45 minutes to 50 minutes.
That's pretty cool. Pretty bite
Fully
size.
recommend it. Yeah. If you have like a friend who would sit down and watch you play it or hang out with you while you're playing it, they would probably enjoy it too. One of those experiences where you just kind of watch.
I think that's probably what's going to happen when I do play it. I've had a lot of my friends bring up this game to me because I do like narrative-driven kinds of games.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And especially when you can make your own choices and like they matter to the story.
Yep.
Like I'm usually all over that shit. So it is very something that's right up my alley. I just have like this humongous backlog of games. So right now, Dispatch is scheduled right after Expedition 33. And I like that, like I mentioned, I have this like, I guess, pecking order of games because normally I stick to my list, but then I like found out about this other indie game. And so now I'm playing that. I dropped everything else I was trying to beat. I'm never going to beat LA Noire, by the way. I keep on forgetting about it and then stopping.
I will tell you this, you could take Dispatch, put it in front of Expedition 33, and just get through it.
Yeah, because it is
Bit
more
faster.
bite-sized.
Yeah.
I probably will do that just because everyone's been raving about it, and I like superhero, like the genre in general, so I think it'll be a good time.
I followed it like the episodic because it was every week they dropped 2 episodes, and now that it's all out, it's so much easier to tell people, "Let's go get it," and you literally just run through it.
Do you buy like packs? Do you buy it separately, or do you just buy the whole thing?
The whole thing, whole game. I think it's like $30.
Oh, okay, easy.
Yeah, and it was very good. And now I'm looking at it thinking about going back in because they have decisions that definitely change the story completely, and I think there are different cutscenes that they played. So I'm thinking about going back and seeing what was different because you can, once you beat it, you can go back and pick not only which episode you want to do, but like the sub parts of each episode, and just do a different decision to see what happens. And then when you beat an episode at the end as they're running the credits so the left side is the credits, the right side they tell you how you compare to everyone else.
Oh, I love when that happens.
Yeah.
I know Life is Strange did that, As Dusk Fall does that. Whenever like I want to judge my choices, I love listening to what other people did.
And there was one where it was like you did 18%. You and like 18% of people did this. I was like, oh well. Okay, never mind. There's a lot of like moral decisions too, so you gotta see how you measure up in that, like morality. It's pretty funny. And yes, there is. I know you're interested in this. There is like romancing options and stuff too in the game. All that happens.
You know,
all
I
that happened.
assumed because everyone was recommending it to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, do not spoil anything. So, John, don't say who or what, but can you
Right.
accidentally kill other characters? Like, is there permadeath in this game?
Oh, that's good. I think there is. See, that's the thing. My
No
decision.
spoiling. Yes or no?
I don't know actually. My decisions
Okay.
played away from. Like there were times where they were like, "You want to do this? It could impact this person." And I actually, in that case, maybe I did a pacifist run, didn't realize it, but I did play away from like getting revenge, doing whatever that could affect characters' longevity in the game. We'll say.
Dude, I love doing like, pacifist run and then like an evil run because like, fuck it, why not? And just like ruining everything. So I'm just curious as a dispatcher, when I like start out with all my my heroes and then be adding heroes by chapter 2, or like, I was just kind of curious.
You do make some like big decisions that can affect who's on your roster. Is what I'll say.
Okay, duly noted.
Yep.
That's cool though.
No, but I mean, I liked it quite a bit. I looked at the trophy list. I have half of them now, and the rest of them are all hinging on different decisions that are different paths from what I took. So I'm interested. I might go back and I guess not go all the way through it, but like just do the different decisions and see what I can figure out. So yeah, that's the plan. I like it. Definitely recommend it, Dispatch. I think Metacritic started hitting as people were reviewing it, and since it's all out now, and it's up, it's like an 89, I think now, 90.
That's great. Yay.
So it immediately gets thrown, and that's going to bring up the conversation of if a game like that can be in the Game of the Year conversation next to more gameplay-oriented games. I don't know. That's always comes up.
So I don't know. It's kind of one of those things.
That is true. A game is a game. I mean, you do have to press buttons to play it.
Yeah, there are choices apparently, and dating, which I think makes it a game.
Yes. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Definitely dating. Yeah. So it's good.
So for games, since you talked about Dispatch, so the indie games that I'm playing right now.
Okay.
So here's my side corner of games that other people haven't heard of that I'm really excited to share. Okay, so Culebra and the Souls of Limbo is the game that I'm currently playing right now. Yeah, okay, it's really cool. Okay, so it's
is that the papercraft game?
It is a papercraft narrative-focused adventure. It is so fun. It's like basically if you took Majora's Mask Time Cycle, because it's like the whole, I guess the game mechanic, you're on a time loop, and it's kind of like Majora's Mask side quests, and you're trying to like help people like move over because you're currently in limbo, so move over and pass on. And the story is very like well driven, and like you basically have a notebook and you keep track of like during what times, you know, certain characters need certain things, and you go back and forth through time. It's really, really great, and I'm really enjoying it. I just got past the first chapter, so I'm still playing it, and yeah, I highly recommend it. And it's 40% off on Steam right now. I'm just throwing it out there.
Kind of has like a Paper Mario look to it.
Yeah, and like the humor is very Paper Mario-esque. So like but there's like more of a meaningful story with it. It's really, really well done. I was so surprised. Not surprised, but like pleasantly, like I didn't realize how much I would love this game.
Look at that! It does. It's got like somewhat of a Paper Mario look to it. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's so fun, and the story's deep, but it's funny, and I'm just really, really enjoying it. So yeah, just wanted to give them a shout out. Last time I checked, they only had like a little over 100 Steam reviews, and I'm like, more people need to know about this game. So I've been yapping about it to anyone and everyone.
It's like it's an adventure game.
Yes. So it's like basically, so there isn't like technically any combat, but it's more focused on, you know, solving people's problems with high intensity situations sometimes.
Interesting. Yeah, I like the art style. That's cool looking. Like
yeah, it's really clever.
Looks neat. Let me see. How much is it going?
So I know it's 40% off. Let's check how much that is for this now, because I'm bad at math.
I see it. Oh, it's $12.
Yeah, there we go.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. It's Culebra and the Souls of Limbo. Did I say that right? Okay.
Yeah, Culebra.
Culebra?
Culebra. It's a Spanish word. I think it means snake. And he's a little snaky, so it makes sense.
That makes sense. Okay.
My Spanish is horrible, though, so sorry for the pronunciation as well.
Let me ask this, Celia. Did you see the? You were talking about this because it was a funny review of the Pokopia game.
Pokopia game? Wait,
the Pokemon Pokopia, the farming game. where the Ditto takes over the human form.
Yeah, I have a bunch of questions and lore about that. Like, where did the girl go? Because when Ditto pretends to be something he's copying, is she buried somewhere? Is this game actually a murder mystery?
Did you did you see the price on it?
No. Okay, so I was gonna live react tomorrow on Game and Talk because I missed all that shit. But that's okay. How much is it? I'll say that you spoiled
do you want to live react to it on Game? You're gonna do a Game and Talk podcast
Initially,
tomorrow?
I was going to,
stream?
but like I can live react to it right now if you tell me the price.
There's also they put out like a whole trailer, a lot of like content that you can watch too with it. But the price, it came in at $70.
Yeah, that sounds like what
that's throwing people off pretty bad because not only is it 70, but so Nintendo is publishing this game.
Yeah, it's developed by someone else, though, right?
It's developed by Koei Tecmo. Nintendo's publishing it, but what's weird about this situation is it's a game key card.
Interesting.
That's throwing people off bad.
Well, it's a published game, so the developer's making that choice, and considering that you have the royalty split of licensing out Pokemon, it does financially make more sense why they would do a key card. Is it a bummer? Yes. But that's just my initial reaction to that.
It was throwing people off because it's Nintendo who's publishing it.
Yeah, but it's Nintendo published, not Nintendo developed. There's
right.
Like,
yeah,
they're not doing that royalty split.
And the Pokemon Company is going to publish it in Japan.
Yeah, but still, same thing. Royalty split.
So it's super weird to see a game key card with Nintendo publishing it. That's like throwing everybody off. But I want to see, you need to check this out tomorrow on your Game and Talk show. I just wanted to bring it up briefly here, but that is, while you're watching it, think about all that stuff, and I'm sure the chat will have a lot to discuss with you on that one.
We'll start booing loudly. Key card. Yeah, that's life.
So so people were asking me the chat. Okay, so this is interesting, right? Big news. So Sean is going outside tomorrow. That's right. He's on the move tomorrow. I'm not going to say exactly where, but he's going out, and there will be strangers around him when he attends some wrestling show. I couldn't believe it. He was like, I didn't believe him at first at all. I was like, no, you're not. You're not going anywhere. What are you talking?
I'm going to text him and say send proof.
You're talking. You're not going outside. Let's just be real about this. So here he comes apparently, and is like, no, I'm going to this show. I'm getting my action figure signed or something. I was like, no, okay, yeah, he is actually going then. He went into detail with that. So he's going to bed early because he has to make a trip, apparently, to this place.
Oh, tomorrow? Oh, I just texted him, are you really outside?
No. He's going tomorrow morning, apparently. He has to make the trip out to this place, which is funny. OJ was streaming earlier. And Evan went to a party tonight, so I don't know which way's up right now. Everyone's out and about, apparently.
We're just all abandoned.
Well, Celia's here with me, and we're going to go through some of these topics, and then I'll work to put together, as Celia goes to Friendsgiving, I'll work to put together my guess for Game of the Year noms that will be happening on Monday. That will be revealed. Jeff Keighley's going to do his whole shtick with that. We'll see. And I'm kind of curious. I think it's going to be a little different than people are expecting. Josie is filming. She's doing some very fancy stuff right now. She's got like the boom mic going on and stuff.
Yeah, Josie has a really cool career, and I'm really excited for her and very proud. So she'll be back eventually, but this is an important job for her.
Yeah, she's doing some pretty big stuff there. Big things. And Ryan is, I think, playing the video. Yeah.
Accurate.
That sounds about right. All right. Let's go over I did want to bring up, of course, the big topics. A lot of stuff happened this week, because it's funny. Pacopia, I brought that up to you just now. That happened this week, but it feels like a distant memory because we had Valve show up with all kinds of hardware. And they did show off a VR headset. I'm sure some people are excited, but I'll be real. The VR headset was completely knocked out for me by this Steam machine and the Steam controller. Most because the controller, I assume, is going to be going with the Steam machine. But this Steam machine is very interesting, especially for, I think, people who maybe don't have that mindset of I'm going to build my own little Steam box and put it under my TV and just live with a lot of the frustrations of Windows trying to be on a big screen, because I don't know if people have tried it recently. It's not great. The keyboard and mouse needs to be nearby at all times, and the keyboard and mouse on the couch, not a great combo. Just never really worked that well. So having this box set up for, I think it's more the mainstream than anything else, and maybe even people with nice, high-powered computers that don't want to build something for the living room and just want something easy, plug and play, the Steam library goes to. Very much like Steam Deck in that situation, just in a little box desktop format. So, Celia, I'll bring up the page for it. When you first saw it, what was your initial impression when you saw the Cube?
First impression, it looks like a GameCube.
Yes.
Second impression, it needs a handle like the GameCube. To be honest, I think it's cool. I think it's really clever. I do agree that sometimes the keyboard and couch combo doesn't work out well. I do that in my den. Like you're a PC TV user. I'm one of those people. That's where I had my Stardew Valley set up, basically. It was cool. I find this pretty cool. It'll meet a market of people that are kind of like the in-between. It kind of would meet the market need that I would have had before I became a PC TV user.
Oh yeah, because you got your PC somewhat recently, didn't you?
Yeah, it was this year, or late last year, sorry. Oh, it's been a while. Man, this year is flying by really quickly. But in general, like, I didn't get into Steam until like 2020, to be honest. Like, I didn't start using it. I was a console-only person, like, consistently for most of my gaming, I guess, life. And so, I feel like this would have gotten me into Steam, I guess, and PC gaming more, if I didn't already figure it out. So, I think this is cool. It's gonna be expensive, though.
Okay, that's the interesting part. So, I did put together a little Steam machine thing. It was, I used one of those HP office computers. I found one that had a like an RX 560 video card in there. It's not common at all. So when I saw it on eBay, I had to pick it up because I was able to put the whole thing together for about $200. Now it's weaker than this thing. This thing is much more powerful, but the pricing is certainly going to be the determining factor for this device, because I was looking at, if I scroll down here, they have like all the specs for this thing. I also have a little diagram here for ports and everything else. I mean, it is a small system. It's it measures 6 inches, I think, all the way like across. So 6 inches up, deep, width, everything. So it is a cube, but it's not big. Like you see the videos where people are holding it. It's a small system. But the specs themselves, and I know this is, people were kind of like, you know, glossy-eyed when they saw it. Like, I think that's good. So it's gonna come down to the price. This could either be, wow, that's really good for the price, or whoa, hold on a minute, that's not great for the price. We are on that fine line here. So when I look at it right now, Zen 4, 6 cores, 12 threads, it's a semi-custom RDNA 3 GPU, which people are comparing to like a 7600M, but then I see some people already building systems to try to mimic this, and it's doing well. Like I think the Fox did something with that, and it got 1080p for Returnal, and it was like right about 80 frames per second. I said that's pretty good. Like 1080p Returnal, high settings, 80 frames. That's solid. Like it's not, oh, here it is, a 20 some odd frame struggle. I kind of think, Celia, the move for Valve, $600.
I don't think it's gonna be $600.
Oh man!
Like, to be honest, I have obviously no visibility into this, but my heart's like it's gonna be like $7.99 or something.
So I seem to be confused about the HDMI 2.0. Valve explained this in an interview. It seems to be somewhat of a custom HDMI solution, and it sounds weird, but they also wanted to do the CEC stuff where it can talk to your TV and turn it on when the system turns on. That's part of it. So they had to go in and just sort of create this they can't call it HDMI 2.1, but it also doesn't really fit with HDMI 2.0. It's somewhere in the middle, but apparently it does work with what they're saying here, with the 4K 120 hertz. That is a thing. So again, it seems weird because we see spec sheets. I see all kinds of price ranges though, Celia. Where do you think this Steam machine is going to fit in? What do you think the price is?
So I think $799 will be base console. The controller is like $500 or something. Is that confirmed, or did people make that up?
Okay, so the controller, no, the controller's not $500. I think the controller, the Steam one, I think that'll probably be like $70 or $80 if I had to take a guess.
Yeah, because like I kept on seeing on Twitter like $500 controller. I didn't verify that, but I was like,
I think they might be saying $500 with the controller is what they're saying.
Okay, because I was like, what is in there? Gold? Like what resources are crunched up inside that plastic? Okay, makes more sense. Thank God. I don't know. With everything, like in a bundle, $850, $900, I feel like that they'll do that. It also depends, like what would be considered in the bundle? Is the VR thing separate? It'll be separate, it's always separate.
They'll probably do a bundle, you're right, where they put everything together and
be
charge a certain fee. Otherwise, though, everything I think will also be separated to where, although I'm curious if they try to sell the console without the controller. Like, look, you can use a keyboard and mouse, you can sync up whatever you want. Here's the console and it's cheaper. I kind of feel like if you're going to make a play for the living room with this, you're selling to a person who doesn't want to have to think about what controller they buy for the console they just bought. It's like, the controller should be in the box. Give me everything together.
See, we're old, so we believe that. Now, times have changed. I buy a new cell phone and the charging, like the AV thing or whatever, like that doesn't come in the box anymore.
Isn't that weird?
Nothing is free. Nothing is free, ever. I don't trust.
No brick. What's that about?
Dude. Man, I don't know. Okay, well, I'm glad that the $500.
Remember when Nintendo was selling, they were selling 3DS XLs and it didn't come with a charger? That was the funniest thing.
I do not remember that. What the hell?
Yeah, they were selling the 3DS XL, no charge. And it's funny because it's their Nintendo charger, like that weird kind of 3DS plug. Yeah, I remember that was the weirdest thing. They really expect you to have this charger already.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny. The LED strip on the front's kind of cool. So the way that this works is it's fully customizable. I think there's like 17 mini LEDs in here. And I never thought of this. If your system and your TV is off, but you're downloading something, apparently this little bar will fill up as it's downloading in sleep mode.
That's cool.
It's kind of that's a cool idea. I like that.
I like that too.
Little faceplate here that you can change out. So you pop the front off, you can put a new one on.
Licensing.
Yeah, well, they said they're going to release the 3D files so people can they'll have all the measurements and stuff, and they're just going to let the community make it how they want. So I'm sure there will be all kinds of, licensing issues all over eBay, yes. But if you can get in there before the listing comes down, there you go. You got to figure it out. I'm hoping that this ends up being a price point that people are excited about, because if it is that $700 or $800 mark, it makes a lot of sense with the specs. So they got to be priced conscious on this thing. And like people were pointing out the VRAM. Like, 600 makes the most sense to me, but I can't put out the realm possibility of being 600 without the controller and then really at 700. So.
John, okay, so it should be price conscious. I don't trust anything anymore. Because whenever I look at something, I'm like, oh, that should be like, $50, $80. It's always $250. So I feel like just the costs of things and just kind of where the climate is, consumers will be eating those costs. So hopefully I'm wrong. I really hope that I'm wrong and it's actually only $500, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I did see this. Somebody mentioned that Valve said it's stronger than 70% of Steam user hardware. So Valve does collect a lot of information, doing surveys, of course, but you're also putting a lot of data through their storefront, their launcher. So they know. They see what a lot of people are doing. And when you look at, I think we already talked about this last week. They have an entire survey where, there we go. It tells you the specs that most people have on the platform. And I think there's this weird, perception that everybody on Steam has like the best video card ever made, and it's not really the case. So people were talking about the VRAM. Well, the most popular configuration is indeed 8 gigabytes, and that's what's in the Steam machine. So you go, okay, what about the system RAM? Well, the most popular system RAM is technically 16 gigabytes. So you kind of go through. I mean, even the most popular video cards, the RTX 3060, and you can kind of draw comparisons with what's in the Steam machine. I actually kind of think that they looked at this and said, let's build around the most common stuff that we see on our Steam surveys, and then we'll try to fit it into a little box and maybe line up the price so it makes sense.
Yeah, probably.
That's kind of what I think they did.
Yeah, Valve is all numbers, so it does make sense.
Yeah, the thing that's so interesting is they also have Steam OS. I don't know if you've used. Well, you have a Steam Deck.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you've used Steam OS.
Yeah.
Obviously,
yeah.
It's definitely set up really nicely for really just getting into the games and having that console experience. But they have been continuously updating Steam OS to work better and better with the Steam Deck. Mm-hmm. And now I'm looking at this thinking that's going to get the same kind of treatment where we get updates constantly. But the Steam machine from the start of its life to 5 years in, all of a sudden, we're getting a much more complete system from it. So I actually really like what I'm seeing here from this device, provided it comes at a decent enough price point. I think it could be really cool for you.
Yeah, I think that'll be cool. I hope you're right on the price, because that feels way better than what I'm thinking. So we'll find out all together.
I mean, I've seen some people like expect $1,000. That's what's going to cost. I've seen some go crazy and say $400. So there's a wide range of guesses here. I've just been thinking about how they would try to fit this into the marketplace, and if they get $600, yes, it is $100 more than a digital PS5. It's also a little cheaper than an Xbox Series X. Actually, the same price as a digital Xbox Series X, but it does kind of fit into that console bracket, and then they can, of course, target the consumers that may be interested in buying it for that console experience. And you don't have to pay to play online either, so there's something with that, you know? Everything kind of has a lot of stuff, I should say, has crossplay now. And, you know, there's something interesting in the idea of if they can get enough of these out there and there's interest in it, that maybe more and more developers would start to optimize around this sort of hardware, kind of this benchmark that's like sort of mid-tier. Not, let's go for full ray tracing, epic settings and stuff. That's what the core audience is going to be playing on. It's like, oh no, let's get the system requirements down a bit so we can get more people playing and we can get this Steam machine on board.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely.
So, I like the idea of all of that. And I don't know what this means for Microsoft, because this is, by the way, what Microsoft is trying to do right now. They are trying to make their own PC hybrid, and Valve, it seems like, is going to beat them to market with their solution. This is coming early 2026 from Valve.
Poor Xbox.
I know, it is funny. Phil Spencer posted like a congratulations thing. They said, hey, congratulations to Valve for announcing this. And it's like, man, I'd be so annoyed if I was him and Sarah Bond, all these people who were there who were trying to put this all together, and they're gonna be like a year late with Valve showing up early.
Yeah, I know like a while ago we were speculating, because, you know, like I think there was like a rumor or a screenshot or something with Steam on the future Xbox or something like that. Am I misremembering? Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like initially we were like speculating that Steam and Xbox were like collaborating on something like this. So it was really surprising me to see Steambox just existing in general.
Yeah, because they were going to put the word's been they're going to put different storefronts on the next Xbox.
Yeah.
And then here comes Valve with Microsoft's kind of plan, and they're like, oh yeah, we're going to do that too.
So like that just eats the market of people who would be interested in the Xbox console. It's literally sniping that. So yep. I'm just being a conspiracy person right now, but I'm like, I wonder if a Nintendo PlayStation kind of situation happened behind the scenes. Or like something. I don't know. Because it's basically the Steam box is like half the size and shape of the tower. So, interesting.
Well, let's talk conspiracy for a minute here.
Yeah, tinfoil on. Tinfoil on.
How do you launch a new console generation, what are you supposed to do if you launch a new generation, a new system? What do these companies typically have ready to go alongside of that console?
First-party game.
A game. Yeah, that's right. So now there's word that's going around. It's been going around for a while, by the way. This isn't something that's like new that all of a sudden I started hearing about a couple days ago. There's been something in the pipeline for a while now, and it's been kind of ticking at me here and there, and I'm like, I don't know, that sounds crazy. But I'll admit, I wasn't prepared for Valve to just throw out all their hardware this week. I thought they were going to announce their Steam Frame, which is the VR part, and kind of move on, maybe the controller. But they're like, hey, here's the console. There's our little box, our PC box, PC-like console, whatever. There is word going around that there is a game with a 3 that might get announced as soon as this week coming up. But it could be next week or something. Basically before the end of the year, and that it would be launching maybe alongside of this system. And Half-Life 3 is getting thrown around right now, and that is really funny. I saw Portal 3, somebody in the chat said that. I'd be okay with Portal 3, that'd be fun. But man, if you wanna make an impact with this system, and you got Half-Life 3 ready to go, that would be interesting.
That would be wild. Yeah, because it would get a lot of early adopters. Like, that would be the best way to get people to jump into another console. You know, people buy for games. So, especially if they made it like, well, no, they couldn't make it exclusive, obviously. You know, yeah, obviously. But the console gamer market, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you got to get through Steam. Like Half-Life Alyx, going through Steam. That's how you're gonna play it. But they could also, the other thing that'd be interesting is Half-Life 3 comes out and it's specifically optimized for this box. Like they've spent a lot of time working within the specs of this system so that when it comes out, it's Steam Machine verified, it plays really well on the hardware, and if you know what they did with Half-Life Alyx when it came out? They gave it to anyone who bought the index. If you bought the index, here you go, you have this. I don't know if they would do that, but what if they went, hey, Steam Machine just comes with Half-Life 3?
Would you feel better about it if it was like, it's $6.99, but you also get Half-Life 3? Would that be better value for you?
I kind of feel like I'd feel with that. I'd be like, well, hey, look, it was probably a $60, $70 game anyway. Of course I would have bought it.
Do you think that they would release 2 versions of it? Like one with like more storage and then like one with less storage?
Well, so they have, for the Steam Machine, they have a 512 gigabyte model and they have a 2 terabyte model.
Yeah.
I did look at the teardown for it, and it's very easy to get to the NVMe storage. So actually changing it out is pretty simple, but I think the 2 terabyte one will probably be like $200 more than whatever the base price is on the 512.
Okay, we're both right. The larger
we could be. The 2 terabyte
I know, right?
Really
wow.
expensive.
We're gonna be all crazy for no reason.
Pricing right now around the like RAM chips and stuff are super high. These companies are all buying it up for AI related data centers, and people were looking online, the part picker stuff, prices went up like 50, 60, 70% in a week or two on these things. So I think that's why Valve has this price, and they're still trying to sort it out, to be honest. No, but Half-Life 3, even Portal 3 would be kind of cool. Just some kind of software to also show the optimization around this box and what you can do would be big. Half-Life 3 making it back. That would be crazy. Man. That would do it. That would do it. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about the Steam Machine. Looking early 2026 for this one, though. And I would pick one up like immediately, day one. Check it out. Celia, did you see the Sony State of Play Japan?
I did watch it, yeah.
You did watch it? Did you really? Okay, good.
I did watch it. Okay, I didn't watch the whole thing because I did skip around a little bit, to be honest. I do that. But I did, there are a couple games that I am excited.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do you want to go through it, or like, how do you want to do this?
Tell me which game. This is so fun. We went through on State of Play, or for the State of Play on ClickR 3, and even Ryan was like, there were like 2 games there. So it wasn't like a huge, like, oh, look at all these games were there. Was there, why don't you tell me the games you were excited about?
Okay, so I had wrote some notes. It's two bullet points. No, I have a few bullet points. I lied. Okay, so Coffee Talk Tokyo. So I'm friends with them. So I was excited to see my friend's game in the showcase. So I was like, yay! It was cool that they got the release date for March 5th. Awesome, great, good times. So that was cool. Digimon's getting DLC, which is cool. It's great that they announced this later on, post-release. So as people are finishing up their game, there's more to play. So I think that was a cool way that they did it. I still need to play. It's in the backlog. I still need to play the Digimon game too. So
I've played a couple hours of it so far.
How do you like it? Is it your new favorite Pokemon game?
I don't think so, not yet. But it's traditional turn-based combat, which is cool. And your Digimon, they have like different paths that they can take depending on how you want.
Peace out, Everdarks. I had to brute force that one. Haha.